Hey guys, welcome back. I want to talk about challenge of video submission workflow today. So this is one of the critical workflows in the Trott app, and I had to spend quite some time today fixing the things out. So I thought let's do a deep dive about what is going on and what are the challenges that I faced. Okay, so there are two ways to share in my app, right? So basically, the app handles video shares and processes it and get the information, whatever important information out from there, right? So there are two ways to do it. One is using share button, and then there's in-app submission, right? So there's a plus button in the app where you can click on it and it will automatically paste whatever is in your clipboard, and then you can submit and run the entire analysis flow. Or you can share, click on the share button from what in on your Instagram, and then it will open up the share sheet, and then you will have to select Trot and press OK, and it should submit the video and the person should get started. But now the issue is, because share sheet code is normally handled using iOS and Android native. So I have three places where I am storing the code. One is your iOS, another is Android, and another is the Flutter. So three different language also. One is in Kotlin, one is in Swift, and one is in Dart. So I have been working for some time, and I had been quite lazy, and I was just winging it, and that led to a lot of inconsistency between the UI of Android, iOS, and the main app screen. And there have been a lot of redundancies, some AI generated slop, and also some of the edge cases that were taken care of and the messages that were being shown to the users. All of them were out of order, to say the least. So what I did was, I sat down, I made a list of all the screens and all the possible cases that could be, because it seems like quite a simple workflow, but there are at least 7 or 8 cases that needs to be handled. Like, if the user is out of credit, then what happens? If there's a network error, then what happens? If the user is not logged in, then what happens? So all those things needs to be worked out. And if he's out of credits, then I also needed to add a open trot button, which had different implementation in iOS and Android. So that was also a challenge. So I had to list down everything and make sure all the cases are covered, all the UI is fine, and I had to test in all the three sections multiple times. So it was a quite a task. Okay, now coming to the other challenges that I faced was, yeah, native code. Talking about the native code, one of the weird thing that iOS does is you cannot directly print the logs of a share sheet extension on the Flutter console log. So if you do a Flutter run, and all the logs of the app, all the network calls, or the print statements that you make will be will come on the console, right? But that is not the case with the extension. To see what goes inside of an extension, I need to run it through Xcode. I need to run only the extension, and I need to attach it with the Instagram app or a Safari app, but I am using it Instagram first, so I'm attaching it with the Instagram app. And then when I work with this share button there, then only it shows whatever log is going on, right? But that blocks another thing. My Trot app will not work because the server for the Trot app is closed, and the debugger can only attach itself to only one process at a time. So yeah, it is quite a conundrum. Maybe there is a better way to do it. I searched for it but couldn't find it. Most people are doing it like this. Second is to run it from both iOS and Android. So maybe I was lazy about it, and maybe there's a better way to do it. But what happens now is, I had to run two different terminals to run it on Android and iOS, and I have two iOS devices, so I had to run it on three different terminals, right? But that should not be the case, because I know for a fact in React Native only one server can connect to multiple different apps, right? But I'm not sure what up with Flutter. I have not even researched it, so yeah. maybe it's not that challenge as laziness on my part, but I feel like it's not very intuitive from the get-go. Okay, and third part is the homogeneous error handling that I have already talked about, that I created a list and I had to make sure everything works perfectly across all the different languages and systems. So yeah, so that's the challenges of video submission workflow. I hope you guys find it insightful. I will catch you guys in the next video. Thanks for tuning in. Bye.
See you later. Take care.